New York City, we went from 7.1 in January. That was our high point in New York City. It was the high point across the state. That was the post-holiday surge high. We're down to 4.9%. And again, all the models project that number to continue to drop. New York City restaurants, on our current trajectory, we can reopen indoor dining at 25% on Valentine's Day. The restaurants want a period of time so they can notify workers, they can get up to speed for indoor dining, order supplies, et cetera. So we're saying indoor dining 25% on Valentine's Day. Going forward, we are very excited about the possibility of reopening venues with testing. We demonstrated it in Buffalo at the Buffalo Bills playoff game. 7,000 people tested before they went into the stadium. We've had virtually no cases of spread from that game, 7,000 people. We're not going to have the full vaccine for many, many months. In New York, we want to use testing as the key to reopening events. And we tested it in Buffalo, and we want to start to extend it. We're going to extend it in the New York State safe marriage receptions. Promise of marital bliss is returning. All patrons who attend the event will be tested. You can have 50% capacity of the venue, up to 150 people. It has to be approved by the local health department, and this will go into effect March 15th. We are developing more rapid testing capacity all across the state. We're also developing an app which a person, once they receive the test, can have on the app. So we're excited about this. We're also developing guidance, much like marriage receptions, for events where you can do testing and you can do monitoring, and the local health department can regulate it. So New York says, I do. I don't want to create any pressure for anyone, especially undue pressure. I don't want to create any personal pressure. I don't believe that's government's role to create personal pleasure, but here's an idea that you may want to consider. Restaurants are opened on Valentine's Day. You could make a reservation now or plan dinner on Valentine's Day. You propose on Valentine's Day, and then you can have the wedding ceremony March 15th, up to 150 people. People will actually come to your wedding because you can tell them with the testing, it will be safe. Everybody there will have been tested, and everybody will be safe. Because for a lot of these venues, I don't believe it's about the government restrictions. I believe if I said today, movie theaters can open to 100%, I don't believe people go. I believe people have to be confident that it's safe. And if you can say everyone in this reception is going to be tested. So again, no pressure, but it's just an idea. Get engaged on Valentine's Day on the restaurants reopening, and March 15th, you can have the wedding, 150 people. New York State is exploring a low-cost New York State engagement ring that we would actually make available. It has a little heart on it, little I love New York, little COVID remembrance. That's not true. General caution on all of this. We make decisions based on facts, based on the numbers. New York City numbers down. These numbers are now down. But facts change. It sounds inconsistent. We like to think a fact is always a fact. No, facts change. COVID facts change dramatically, and they change often. There's now another new term, in the COVID lexicon. Variants of interest. Variants of interest. That's a new one. Variants of interest refers to these new strains that are popping up that we are just learning about, the UK strain, the Brazil strain, the South Africa strain. And medical experts are saying these strains could take over, they could be dominant, they could increase the infection rate. 6 weeks, you could have a dominant UK strain that could increase the infection rate. South Africa strain may be more resistant to a vaccine. I understand all the possibilities. And if there are facts, and if the facts change, then we will have a different situation. One state response that is a given, basically our precaution, if any area's hospital capacity hits 85%, then we go back to restrictions, right? Because hospital capacity is the red line. That's when you're in the danger zone. Hospital capacity, that's why I'm so persistent on the vaccination of healthcare workers. But we are subject to the facts if the facts change.